That's right. It's a great day. Well, you've heard the saying, babies should come with training manuals. Isn't that the truth? But luckily, when it comes to the fur babies, help is close by at the Dumb Friends League with support. Well, Adrienne Glazer and Ann Reston are here to share more. Welcome, ladies, to the show.
Thank you.
And you've brought a friend named Tigger.
We
Tigger's a good boy. Yes, he is. Look at him. He definitely knows his name. Okay, well, we'll start with you, Ann.
Yeah.
Why is it important to socialize dogs and to make sure that they're getting out there and getting used to being out and about? Why is that so important?
Yeah, absolutely. You know, we obviously want to make sure these guys, you know, stay in their homes and things like that. And it's going to be important for them to experience all of the things that they could experience in life. So, for example, say you have a dog that's never seen a car before. These things are big and they're scary and they're loud.
Sure.
If they haven't had that experience, knowing that it is, you know, safe and everything like that, you know,
Right.
it could pose a problem for a dog that is in, you know, within a city like Denver or something. But yeah, absolutely. It's so important to expose them to these things while their brains are like a sponge and creating positive associations while experiencing those things.
Exactly. Well, I'll tell you that we have an 8-year-old teacup poodle. His name is Teddy. And he's supposed to belong to my 13-year-old, but she doesn't do the work. It's usually me, and we all take turns. But here's one of the things I always say to her. Take him out, walk him, get him used to other dogs.
Yeah.
At what age is it okay to train for that, or is it 8 too old?
You know, I don't think it's ever too old for a dog to learn new things.
Okay.
It just might be a little bit more difficult. We might need a little bit more consistency, a lot of higher value treats, maybe some bribes.
Yes.
Just be like, hey, you know what? When you see these other dogs, you get a piece of chicken, and that's awesome.
Okay.
So, you know, definitely going slow, making sure that the situations are controlled when she's meeting other dogs. That way you don't have, you know, the craziness of, say, something like a dog park where you don't know, you know, what other dogs are out there.
Right.
So definitely finding some friends that have some good dogs.
Sure.
and doing slow parallel walks around the block and get them slowly acclimated to each other.
Okay. What other tips do you have for doggy owners out there?
Yeah, so for sure, you know, start young, look for a great puppy socialization class. There's a ton of places in Denver that will offer puppy socialization. Talk to your vet about making sure all of your vaccinations are up to date.
Okay.
And then again, hang out with people that you know that their dogs are gonna work out and create positive experiences with your pup.
Okay, great advice there. Now, let's talk to Adrienne. Well, we love having you guys on the show all the time, but what's it been like lately over at the shelter? Are there lots of doggies available? What's the latest?
There are lots of pets available. We are currently actually nearing capacity for these pets, so we're working hard to find them all the right home. We actually have an event coming up. We'll have an adoptions promotion beginning on Saturday, but running all through next week with Clear the Shelters. And so we'll have an adoption special then. It'll be 50% off all pets a year and older.
Okay.
And so that's one of the ways that we're really working to work with the community and bring in more people to see these available pets.
Now, one of the things about Dumb Friends League is that you offer a lot of resources, new resources as well, to adopters who are considering adopting a pet, but they're a little worried. They need that extra help. And when it comes to training, how can you guys help with that?
Absolutely. It can be intimidating. I understand. Yes. And Tigger right here, for example, he's one of our longest stay pups. He's been with us since April. And so in an effort to kind of bring attention to these adoptable pets, we are offering a class on September 17th.
Okay.
It's called Now Recruiting Heroes. And what it is, it's going to be led by one of our behavior specialists who will really give those tips and tricks and just education surrounding how to deal with behavioral challenges that some of these longer stay dogs may have.
Okay.
They might be a result of anything from experiencing homelessness previously.
Sure.
To being in the shelter for a long time can a lot of times also lead to adverse effects over time. And so we just want to really educate people who maybe have the means and have the room in their hearts and in their homes for pets like Tigger.
And Tigger is adorable. Let me just say that he is a very well-behaved boy. Yes,
He's a good boy.
Well, why do you call the program Now Recruiting Heroes? What does that mean to you guys?
That's a great question. So I'll start by saying not all heroes heroes wear capes. Some heroes have a big backyard. Some heroes like to go hiking every weekend. These are dogs who have specific needs that maybe if you have a high energy dog, but maybe you have a high energy lifestyle, you know, that's something to consider. Or if you have a home with no other dogs, for example, Tigger is looking for a home where he can be your one and only, so he's the only four-legged friend. So these little restrictions, may make the animals a little bit harder to adopt, but that doesn't mean the right family is not out there. So we just want to, that's who we're calling heroes, who can maybe meet those challenges.
That is exactly right. And you guys always come to help with anything that adopting families may need. Now, what's the best way to sign up? How can they register to be a part of the program?
Sure. So on our website, ddfl.org, you'll see on our homepage there's a story with a little bit more information, including a sign-up link as well as the times.
Perfect. Well, I want to thank you both for coming in this morning. And you too, Tigger. Yeah. Oh, he is just very handsome. Okay, everyone, here is more information for you. September 17th is the first Now Recruiting Heroes session designed to help pet owners learn new strategies to manage canine behavioral needs. All you got to do is go to ddfl.org to learn more. There are adoptable pets waiting for loving forever homes at both the Leslie A. Malone Center in Denver and the Buddy Center in Castle Rock. Again, that website, ddfl.org.